Greetings everybody, I'm Kevin. Thanks for joining me here at Midwest Woodcraft. This morning I'm out here to do just a short video on a real good effective way to get your gear up off the ground. Now whether that be your pack or your haversack or your coat, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of times we get into camp, we may have wet, damp ground or muddy ground or real dirty, dusty ground. We just want to throw our stuff down on the ground at the base of the tree. So we're going to take just a couple minutes and make a camp hook. All it takes is a fork stick, a piece of cordage, cutting tool, and a little bit of time. So stick with me. I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, so you see that Alice pack sitting there, just kind of at the base of that little tree, thrown down in the dirt. Now today is not a real big deal because it's not very wet out here, it's not muddy, not a lot of bugs or dampness or anything like that. But there are going to be cases when you get to your camp where you're going to want that pack up off the ground. You're not going to want it just sitting on the ground, whether it be because of wet weather or you just want it up out of the way, better organized so you can get to it easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to hang a camp hook in this small tree right here just to get that up off the ground. Okay, like I was saying before, all you need is a fork stick, some cordage, and a cutting tool, and of course your tree, which you're going to hang your hook from. Probably could get away without having a cutting tool. You could just break these ends off. You wouldn't need to cut them with a saw or with a knife or anything. I have flattened the back side of this off because there was some knots on here that made it kind of roll around a little bit. I flattened that side off a little bit just so it would mate to the side of the tree a little bit better and not roll quite as much. That's not 100% necessary, but in this case I did do it because my stick's just a little bit funky. Now you can see the stick ain't nothing special, it's just something I picked up off the ground, so you don't need anything special for it. You can make this bigger to suit your needs. You can make your hook bigger. If you find a piece that has multiple forks in line, you can have more than one hook on here. You can hang your pack on the bottom, you know, your coat in the middle and your hat on top, whatever the case may be. Just unlimited options here. There's a lot of different types of hangers as well, so this isn't the only option you have. This is just a real quick, easy way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to start off here by tying a clove hitch on my hook. I'm going to want to leave plenty of tag here. We've covered the clove hitch in other videos. If you're not sure how to tie it, we have a video in our knot tying series that goes over the clove hitch. It's a good one for starting off lashings and things like that. We're going to leave this tag end on here so when we get done with our lashing, we can tie our two ends together. So that tag end is going to help us in the end. Okay, so now that we have our clove hitch tied to our hook, we've got our tag end here, we're going to go ahead and start to fasten this to our tree. Now I already have this kind of pre-measured to save time, but I'm going to want this hook hanging so when I hook my pack onto it, it's going to be hanging about the level where I can flip up the lid, look down inside and view the contents so I can keep everything well organized. So if you're a little bit taller than me, you're going to want it up higher. If you're shorter than me, you're probably going to want it down a little bit lower. That's all just a matter of personal preference. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for my clumsy hands ahead of time because I just know they're going to be getting in the way here. We're going to take and we're going to do a lashing here. It's not going to be a proper lashing, but it will be plenty sturdy to hold this hook to the tree. We're going to go around that top 2 or 3 times. We'll do 3 this time. This drop line has about 110 pound tensile strength, so it is plenty sturdy to hold this. We're just going to go down like so and bring it around the bottom a few times. Keep your tag end out of the way so it doesn't get wrapped up in there, because we're going to want to tie that off at the end. And with this roll, I'm trying to keep this tight. Now this roll is a little bit of a hindrance, but it will allow me to keep some tension on the string. You could tie the end to a stick as well. Go around there a few times. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. You want to bring those up through your fraps. Bring that around 2 or 3 times. Like I said, make sure you're keeping your tag end out of the way so it don't get tucked up in there. Go ahead and do that 3 times as well. Cut her off. And like I said before, if you're doing a shelter or something like that, you're going to want to probably do a little bit neater of a lashing, but this is going to work great for this. I'm just going to do a couple overhand knots. That on there. I'm not even going to worry about cutting off the tag. Take my pat, hang it right on the hook. I'd really like to thank you guys for coming along with me. I know a lot of you already knew about the gear hook. It's not really new news. It's nothing I come up with on my own. But for those of you who didn't, I hope you can get some good use out of it in the near future. It's real quick, real easy, and real convenient way to keep your gear up off the ground. I also plan on doing some more of these camp accessory type videos in the near future, so if that's something that interests you, please stay tuned. We'll have some more of those on the way. And as always, if you like what you see here, click like, hit subscribe, leave us a comment down below. We always really love hearing what you have to say. I'm Kevin. Thanks for watching. See you in the woods real soon.